Are we live? Let me see if you guys can hear me correctly in the place to be. Give me a second here, guys. Give me a second here, guys. What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One. Welcome, 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 welcome. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend, family, as well as a follower. Let's get this channel in the YouTube algorithm. You heard me? So yeah, I'm assuming y'all can hear me. I like to thank and appreciate everybody who has been going to my lives, who's been subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Oh yeah, y'all can hear me. Yeah, y'all can hear me. Uh, I'm still connected to my headphones, but I'll do a real quick story time. Story time, story time, story time. Here we go. All right, let me put my headphones on. Let me put my headphones on. How y'all living? How y'all living? What up? What up? What up? Can y'all hear me now? Testing one, two. Testing one, two. Here we go. Yeah, y'all can hear me. My headphones on. Let me put my headphones. Yeah, y'all can hear me. Yeah, what's up? So we're gonna do a real quick story time, and basically this story time is the holidays. We know that Christmas Day is going to be this week. I think it falls on Thursday. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Um, and I hope everybody gets what they want. Really, Christmas is, you know, it's for the kids. When I was a kid, I thoroughly enjoyed Christmas. You know, believing in Santa Claus. I think I believed in Santa Claus all the way up to like I was maybe 7 or 8. Until dad, my mom, told me the realization that they were paying for the toys. They want to get credit because they was paying for the toys, not some white dude in a red outfit wearing a beard. So, um, yeah, I believe the story of Santa Claus. I believe that all the way up until like I was like 7, 6 or 7, something like that. I do remember I was a kid, and until my parents told me, "Hey, look, there's no such thing as Santa Claus, son. We're doing all this. You know, we're doing all this. We're working all this overtime to make sure y'all get y'all toys." Now I'm gonna tell y'all my best Christmas year. My best Christmas year. Me and my brother, we got matching leather jackets. We got this goat cart, gas goat cart, and we got a gaming console with 7 or 8 games. We got two big ass remote control cars, and we got clothes. I mean, me and my brother, we struck it rich. You couldn't tell us nothing. Okay, I'm rich, bitch. But yeah, that was my. I can still remember that Christmas. That was the best Christmas. Now all my other Christmases, when I was a kid, they were good, but that's the one out of all the Christmases I can remember that Christmas. Okay, guys, comment in the comment section. Tell me what was your favorite Christmas and what did you get on Christmas time? Okay. But when you get older, Christmas don't hit the same. You dig what I'm saying? When you get older, when I mean older, past your teenage year, like when you're a young adult and you're out on your own, Christmas don't hit the way it used to hit. You dig what I'm saying? Unless you got unless you're married or you with your significant other, and it's just y'all two, where y'all can splurge on one another, that could be something. But normally, if you have a child, you want to put your best foot forward on your child to make sure your child's first Christmas is they're gonna remember their first Christmas. Okay, so yeah, when you get older, Christmas don't hit the same. Now I think I talked about this on one of my live streams. My favorite holiday. My favorite holiday when you get older is the 4th of July. And it's not for the reasons that y'all think. It's not because you can play fireworks or anything of that nature. One, it's warm. It's not cold. You're not freezing. Two, barbecue. If you've been checking out my live streams, I thoroughly enjoy barbecue food. Okay. You get drinks. Um, and be some ladies out there. Be some ladies in them sundresses. But normally on the 4th of July, you can crash at someone's party. Somebody on your family side is going to is going to have a barbecue. Okay, so yeah, I think when you get older, then you get to drink, smoke. I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke weed or cigarettes or anything like that. But I do understand, if someone likes cookouts and stuff, and they like to smoke on the side, I understand. It kind of goes in together. It blends all together. Okay. And then I think I said Thanksgiving is the next my next favorite holiday. Normally where I'm from, around November, you catch some warm weeks, but you also catch some cold weeks. Okay, but it's more times than not, it's more warmer in November than it is in December. December it'd be like the start of when you start to see more colder days. So you still got that going on. And depending on where you live at, sometimes you can check out the fall. Hey, what's up? What's up? Who is that? Don't say it on the tablet, but hey, what's up? How you living? How you live? Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the thumbs up. Says message is restricted. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. That's YouTube being UBTube. All right. So those are comment below, tell me what your favorite holidays are. But like I said, I want to wish all of y'all a wonderful holiday. Hope you get what you've been wanting. The one thing I want to say is try not to be, if you're single, try not to spend Christmas Day or New Year's Day by yourself. Okay. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So try to spend those days with family members or friends. You definitely don't want to, particularly if you're off. Everybody's gonna be off on Christmas. You don't want to be sitting around the house, moping around the house. You need to be around a lot of people that care about you or at least love you. So my recommendation is, hang out with family. You don't have to spend the whole day with them, but just spend some time with them. You dig what I'm saying? So, if you're single, hang with your family or hang with your friends. If you don't live in a city with all your family members, go out, go to the bar, go to the club. I'm pretty sure those establishments are going to be open. Speaking about the club, I read an article, and y'all gonna like how I went from one scene to the next scene. I read an article where strippers are going broke. Strippers are going broke, man. They saying the strip club ain't hitting like it used to be. When the strip club was hitting, everybody was throwing money everywhere, throwing money everywhere. You tired of throwing money? Here, take this money gun and just shoot the money in the air. You don't want to do that? You know, here's a bag of money. You can just throw your money up in the air, just give the money. That was the life for the stripper. Now with the economy, everybody ain't got it like that. Everybody ain't got it like that. You know, so people don't. They're trying to make ends meet. So people don't have you know a lot of money to blow. The majority of their money they're paying bills, they're paying mortgages, they're paying rent, they're paying car notes, car insurance. You know, the cost of living has gone up, and what like last year, it was like last year everybody was splurging money, buying buying stupid stuff, you know, because what did everybody said last year? Oh, okay, so what? I splurge on this. I got plenty of money. I got plenty of opportunities to make money, and this will be a foregone conclusion. Now everybody's tight with their money, and everybody ain't got it like they used to. You can look on social media. A lot of entertainers are taking jobs that would normally would be for like the BCD type of celebrities. Okay, um, I saw Drewski and I saw that T-Mobile commercial. And it's got Drewski in it, and I forgot the girl's name, Zoe. I think her first name is Zoe, and the guy who plays on the big Lebowski. I can't. Oh, Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges was on a T-Mobile commercial. Like 5 years ago, this would not happen. Jeff Bridges would be chilling. Jeff Bridges ain't trying to sneak in commercials, do commercials, because he's getting that revenue from you know his past work. But now since things are you know tightening up and getting strict, now everybody's these A-list celebrities, now they're taking these jobs that would normally would be beneath them to take a T-Mobile representing a T-Mobile commercial. That'd be like I saw Billy Bob Thornton do a Sprint commercial. You know, Billy Bob Thornton, he's an accomplished actor, an award-winning actor. You know, he's doing a spot that will be beneath Billy Bob Thornton a couple of years ago. That it just times have changed. Money it's hard to find money. I saw something on social media where this girl, she's a social media influencer, and she just lost her last deal she was getting money off of sponsoring, being a brand ambassador, and they took that deal away from them, probably because they just don't have the money to pay her, and now she's crying on social media, and she can't find, she don't know how she's gonna pay the rent, she don't know how to put food on the table, you know. Um, I would say, man, go back to work if you're able to get a job. You know, it, a lot of corporations, they're not hiring because they just don't have the money to just constantly hire people. So, everybody's pinching pennies. Even corporations are pinching pennies. And it's a slippery slope. It's affecting everybody, from the big time corporations to the accomplished actors and actresses, to the production team, to sponsors. Everything. So, just letting you know how tight it is out here in these streets, and people are really saving up their money, and investing it in investing it to make more money. Some people are working two, three jobs. Jobs, are a thing now, and it's hard to even find a job. But yeah, it's not like it was 2 years ago when there was money everywhere. Everybody was making money. You know, if you're a social media influencer, you can get money on the side by endorsing a product. Now, those deals are few and far between, and you have to really have some big time subscribers to even get those type of those sponsorship deals. Normally, the sponsorship deals, anybody can get them. Hell, there was a couple of times through my email, there was companies that wanted me to sponsor one of their products. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. Now, you know the money just not there anymore, and they just don't have the money to just spread it out for everybody to endorse this product. Whatever money that they have, they try to hit a home run and get someone with a bigger name to endorse it, or they just wing it and just don't have anyone endorsing it. But just goes to show how tight it is out here. But yeah. So to that I say, hopefully next year, the cost of living will go down. Uh, the price of groceries will go down. Mortgages, rent, car notes. Hopefully that stuff goes down. Health care is more affordable. Hopefully next year it should be some changes. We're expecting some big time changes for us. We've been seeing everyone else reaping from decisions that our commander in chief has been doing, and now it's our turn. And if we don't see it, it's gonna be real ugly when it's time for election time. And people say, you know what, we tried, we tried this way. This way did not work for us. It benefited everyone else, but it didn't work for us. Let's try something different. And I think people are ready for change. So yeah, that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. If I don't, hear from you guys, I want to wish all of y'all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I really do appreciate the comments. A lot of you guys like the story time live stream, so I'm going to continue to do that. And I will dabble some current events as well. But see, a lot of you guys love the story time stuff, so tomorrow I'm gonna have a story time and we'll just go from there. But guys, tell me what you think. It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. Really do appreciate everyone subscribing to the channel, commenting, hitting the like button, sharing with a friend, family, as well as a follower. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you are doing? I'm up out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gone. Deuces.